there, welcome to Seasons Change. My name is Luann. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to vacuum seal your dry goods. I'm going to be sharing with you how to vacuum seal your dry goods, not just to extend the shelf life, but to use as barter items, as well as having a great way to help families in need. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this, and let me start by showing you a few examples of items that you can vacuum seal. Okay, so the first item that I'm going to be vacuum sealing is going to be these dried potato flakes. And know that the process that I'm about to use for the potato flakes is the same process that you're going to use for every dry item that you want to vacuum seal. And one of the first things that you're going to want to do is figure out what portion size you want each pouch to be. And the way that I determine that is to take a look at the serving size on the box. And this says right here that the serving size is a 1/4 cup. So that tells me that I'm going to get 4 servings per cup. And I'm going to choose to go ahead and do a 2-cup pouch. So all that I need to do is open up my flakes. And I'm going to measure out 2 cups. Okay. Here is the 2 cups. Now the next thing that I'm going to need to do is place those in a brown paper bag. Okay, these are just the regular sized lunch bags. And just go ahead and dump that on in. Now you can add oxygen absorbers if you'd like. I'm really not going to worry about that because it's going to be vacuum sealed. It's going to be fine. But again, that is just personal preference. Now, another reason why I like to have these items portioned out is because they're good barter items. If we're ever in a situation where you need items to barter, potato flakes are a good source of carbs and protein. And you can do so many wonderful things with them. You can even bake with them. So they're a great barter item. You can do this whichever way you're comfortable with, but the goal is just to get it inside of the bag so that the dry item, whether it's flour or any item that you're dry sealing, doesn't get sucked up into your vacuum. So that's the purpose of the brown paper bag. Now what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie and just label on here. I'm going to put 2 cups potato flakes. Okay, and you can put the date. I'm just going to put, let's see, 2021. Not really worried about the month, but this is what that's going to look like. When it comes to your vacuum sealer bags, you can get the rolls that come in different widths and lengths, or you can get the pre-made bags. In this situation, I'm just going to go ahead and use the 11.5-inch make your own bag. Here is something that I do. I have this cutting board that is the exact height as my vacuum sealer. So I just place that in front, and that's going to help balance out my bags whenever I lay them down here. So you're just going to open up the vacuum sealer. And this strip right here is your heat strip. And I'm just going to lay my bag on it. Okay, you're just going to hit the seal button, and that's going to create a sealed seam so that I can customize the bag to the size that I need. Okay, the red light is off, so now I can open it, and I'm just going to lay this bag here to get an idea of what size I need, and then I'm going to cut right across. It's hard to do upside down. Okay. Now we're just going to open this and place our potatoes inside of this bag. And on these vacuum seal bags, you're going to have a rough side and a smooth side. So I like to make sure that I put my labeling on the smooth side. It just makes it easier to read. And also you're going to want to place it in the middle so that it can suck the air from all around it. Now open your lid again and place the bag in your vacuum seal. Lock it and hit vacuum seal. Okay, the lights are off, so now here is our package of potato flakes. It's actually 8 servings, and you can write whatever you want on there. You can even write the instructions on the back on how to prepare these. And it's just that easy to extend the shelf life of your foods. As with all of these items that I'm going to show you today, they are perfectly shelf stable, usually for up to 2 years in your pantry. But by taking these simple steps and pre-portioning them out, you're now well on your way for having a little stash for bartering. A family of 4 can get 2 meals out of this. Now let's move on to the next item. Now the next item that I want to show you is just regular flour. I want to do a few different consistencies so that you can see that it is perfectly safe to do these as long as you put them in the brown paper bags. And I want to show you just exactly how they turn out. So the next one that we're going to do is flour, and again I'm going to do this in a 2-cup portion. And just stick the lid on there. Same as before, you're just going to dump your pre-portioned amount into the brown bag. Okay, you're just going to want to tamp that down so that it becomes the shape of the bag, and then fold your bag down to get it very level. And then of course you're going to write on here what's inside the bag. I'm going to just put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Having them pre-portioned out like this, you'll know just how many to grab depending on what your recipe calls for. So let's go ahead and go through that same process again. The first thing we're going to want to do is seal the end of the bag if you're using the roll instead of the pre-made bags. Okay, just click seal. Okay, my bag is sealed, so now I'm just going to roll this out. Put my bag on top so that I can get an idea of what size I'm going to need. And then I'm going to start cutting. When using the rolled bags, just be very careful about your size. You got to allow enough for it to go up into the machine. So that's going to take a few inches off of the length of your bag. A good way to do that is just to leave it inside of the sealer as you measure out. That way you know you've already accounted for the amount that the machine needs to seal it. Okay, so let's open this up. Again, I like to put the writing on the shiny side of the bag so it's easier to see through and easier to read. Okay. Now we're just going to lay that in the trough so that it can suck out the air. Close the lid, lock it, and vacuum seal. Now that all the air is out, it's just sealing the other end. It only takes a few seconds. And there you have it. Now we have a pre-portioned package of all-purpose flour. Again, it makes it very easy for barter items, or it's just easy to store. Instead of having the big bags of flour, these are easy to stack because you've taken the time to tamp them down and get it in that good rectangular shape. Now, if you feel that this is too much waste on the rolls, you can also buy the pre-made bags. They come in all different shapes and sizes, but there you have it for the flour. Well, if you don't own a vacuum sealer, but you're very interested in it, I'm going to go ahead and link everything that you've seen here today down below, the different types of bags, the paper bags, and the vacuum sealer, because not only is vacuum sealing your dry goods good for a prepper pantry, but it's also good for a barter situation. And let's not forget, it doesn't take a disaster or a crisis to find a family in need. There are families out there that are dealing with job losses on a daily basis, as well as illnesses that may strike a family. So this makes it easier to reach into your pantry, put together a gift basket, and help a family in need. That's going to do it for today's video. If you haven't subscribed, I'd like to invite you to do so now. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Be strong, be safe, and be prepared. Bye.